sports.
We are the sports. We are San Diego.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium as the Padres come in for the first of three. It's Friday Night Baseball from Dodger Stadium as the fans make their way in. It's game one of a three-game series between the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, a tough walk-off loss yesterday for the Padres in Denver, but leading up to that loss, the bullpen was outstanding in the game yesterday again.
When I think of those games in Denver, Don, they were close games, and the bullpen really did a good job. With the complete game gone by the wayside, Andy Green really had to go to the bullpen and rely on them. And we talk about yesterday's game, Trey Winginter throwing the ball close to 100 miles an hour, just blowing these Rockies hitters away. You know, sometimes the save comes in the eighth, but once again, with the one-run lead, Kirby Yates came in, split finger, swinging over the top, strikeout again, and then the big pitch. Just bad location. He wanted it away. It leaked in, and Ian Desmond sent it on its way. So you know what? It would be nice to win 2 out of 3 in Colorado. Overall, when you look at the production of the bullpen coming out and getting outs, they did an outstanding job. Andy Green, Darren Balsey, very happy with what they did.
You know, the LA Dodgers are 4.5 games out right now heading into this series of the National League West, and they've lost 3 straight games. These games are huge for the Dodgers.
I think they're very huge. 4.5 games out in the National League West, and they got to do something. The back end of the bullpen is one issue, but when you look at these Dodgers, Matt Kemp, he's come back down to earth but he's still hitting 283. Think about Manny Machado. That tells me, Don, that the Dodgers are in it to win it, the whole thing. Anything less of a World Series, I think, is a failure. Rich Hill's pitching lights out. A lot of curveballs, pitches up in the zone. Kenley Jansen, his first 9 hitters he had faced coming off the DL, giving up 3 home runs. Big key for the Padres this series, get to the bullpen early and just stay alive late in the game. They can score some runs against this bullpen.
Always fun when it's the Padres and Dodgers. Game 1 is coming up. Also coming up, it's all about the names. Players Weekend. Bob Scanlon caught up with some of the players to talk about their names on the back of their jerseys from Dodger Stadium. Coming up next. Baseball brought to you by Petco, the pet company, and by Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. Now it's Padres and the Dodgers, game one of a three-game series. But before we get it started, let's send it down to field level and Bob Scanlon.
Thank you, Don. It is the second annual Players Weekend, and it's a great opportunity for these men that play Major League Baseball to remember that they play a kids game. Maybe be reminded of how much fun it can be. Now, along with the Little League-inspired uniforms, there'll also be interesting shoes and different colored bats and accessories, but one of the main things also are the nicknames that you'll see on the back of the uniforms. Now, when Eric Hosmer walks to the plate, you're going to see Papo on the back of his jersey. It's a Cuban slang word for dude. Hosmer explains why he went with that.
It's a nickname everybody's called me throughout high school and my minor league career and stuff. So yeah, I put it on the back of the jersey, and it's probably something some of the fans don't know about me. So it's cool for them to learn that.
I had to put it up on Twitter that I'm going with my video game tag, which is Kretsch. So it should be fun.
Beast in English.
The Beast. How did you get that name?
It was when I got signed by the Padres 2011. My teammates gave it to me. I don't know why.
So you see the new gear, but the other thing to keep in mind, along with the nicknames on the back, keep an eye on the right sleeves of these players tonight. There's a blank spot for them to write the name of somebody that was most influential or inspirational in their baseball career. It'll be fun to see some of those names as well. Well, hopefully there's some hits in those different colored bats as the Padres look to rebound in L.A. Padres will try to slow down the Dodgers. It's a couple of Wolverines and a couple of lefties on the mound. Clayton Richard versus Rich Hill. Padres, Dodgers, first pitch coming up next right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
The Padres and the Dodgers getting ready for game one. It's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 74 degrees to get it started tonight. Southwest breeze at 6 miles per hour. Partly cloudy, the forecast for the rest of the night. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you as we get it started tonight. And Andy Green starting 9, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Freddie Galvis leading it off with Will Myers at third base. Eric Hosmer is at first. Hunter Renfroe is in left with Austin Hedges doing the catching. It is Corey Spangenberg at second base. Franmil Reyes in right field. Manuel Margot in center. Bats eighth with Clayton Richard on the mound, or you could go by their nicknames as this Players Weekend begins tonight. On the mound tonight for the Dodgers is Rich Hill.
38-year-old left-hander making his 18th start. He is 5-4 on the year for the Dodgers. There you see his usage of his toolbox, the fastball, the curveball. You're going to get a lot of curveballs, and I would have to say, Don, it's a fastball for show, curveball for dough when Rich Hill is on the hill.
His first pitch is going to miss for ball one, and we are underway. And the curveball is what he uses as his out pitch, and it is his best pitch. It is sweeping.
He'll also change arm angle, too. He's been doing a lot of that lately. And that's the one thing there, the high fastball. See if the Padres can lay off. And if it's a hittable pitch, get on top of it enough to do some damage.
This is a guy that pitches. He really does.
Yep.
Not a thrower per se as he deals here. And Galvis will take ball two on a pitch in. Well, Freddie's been leading off through the last 4 games now for Freddie Galvis. Settling into the spot. Kind of likes it. Wild swing and a miss. Fastball up and away, 2-2.
The reason why I like Freddie Coco in the leadoff spot, I think he's got a pretty good idea how to spray the ball all over the field. And when you say that and then you look at the defense, look, they look pretty traditional on the infield, don't they? So that tells me that Freddie likes to hit it where it's pitched.
Lunges after that pitch and strikes out. Galvis down by way of the K.
Baseman number 4, Will Myers.
Dodgers defense brought to you by Cadillac on the infield. Turner, Machado, Dozier, Bellinger, and Grandal putting down the signs. Outfield left to right. Taylor, Hernandez, and Kemp.
One down here in the first inning. Will Myers back in the lineup for the Padres. Pinch hit yesterday in his return after the accident during batting practice in which he was hit with a ground ball that hit his nose, required stitches. Will back at third base tonight. Appears to be okay. A little bit of a black eye as well. Back in the starting lineup today. That was a scary situation the other day.
Yes, it was. He was down, face down on the ground for about a minute.
One to Myers. A breaking ball down by that back foot. You always got to be careful of that breaking ball on that back foot because that's where it will head.
Tough pitch to lay off with 2 strikes. If he can throw it early for a strike and then he has the ability to put it towards that back foot, look out. And that's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's not 98. Pitch is effectively up in the zone.
Myers batting now. Eric Hosmer waiting on deck as Padres bat here in the top of the first inning. Myers lifts a fly ball to center field where Kike Hernandez is manning center tonight and makes the catch for out number 2. Let's take a look at the keys to the game brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
We've got Richard, we've got Clay, and D Mountain. So Clayton top of the hill, hopefully when it's all said and done tonight. And fight till the end. The reason why I say that is because the situation of the Dodgers bullpen and Kenley Jansen, it's been a rough go-around.
Yes, it has. 3 home runs. First couple of outings. And they were against the Cardinals. They got swept by the Cardinals.
So keep fighting in that 7th, 8th, 9th inning. You know, if it's close, keep it close, then maybe attack to take the lead late in this ball game.
No 1 pitch to Eric Hosmer. Be away, and it's 1-1. Hosmer 257 to start the night. 13 homers and 54 runs batted in. Leaves that breaking ball. 1-2.
See what he did there, Donnie?
Drop down.
Laredo. Little drop down. How do you want to be addressed tonight on Players Weekend, by the way?
Don Diego would be fine.
Don Diego?
Yeah.
Okay, duly noted.
1-2 is outside, and it's 2-2. Mud is your nickname, so I mean,
that's fine.
You got to go with it. I would say you can't change it up now.
That's fine.
Mr. Fantastic or anything else wouldn't really work. Yeah. Just gonna miss, and a full count now.
Like the guys in the studio said, you cannot dub yourself with a nickname. Right. You can't nickname yourself. So I leave it to you to. What was it?
I actually did.
What was it?
Well, I dubbed myself.
Oh no. Okay.
This is chopped to first. Bellinger backing up on him. Will take it himself to the bag, and that'll end. the first inning. Down in order go the Padres. The Dodgers are coming up. Check out the Dodgers starting 9 tonight for Dave Roberts. Brian Dozier, newcomer to the Dodgers, coming over from the Minnesota Twins at second base, leading it off. Justin Turner bats second with Manny Machado coming from the Orioles at shortstop, bats third. And Kemp in right with Chris Taylor in left. It is Kike Hernandez in center field with Yasmani Grandal doing the catching. Cody Bellinger at first base and Rich Hill, the pitcher, out of the 9 spot for the LA Dodgers. Clayton Richard on the mound tonight for the Padres.
34-year-old making his 27th start. He's king of the grounder. 58% ground ball percentage, leads the majors for Clayton Richard. Clay tonight.
Brian Dozier leading it off. Newcomer to LA. So far, so good. He's had 3 home runs since coming over. And he laces this to left field. That's going to get down. Over to the corner goes Renfro to dig it out. Dozier headed for second base. He'll get there standing with a leadoff double.
Two-seamer. And what do we talk about the two-seamer when it's up in the zone like that? That's actually above the belt buckle, enabling Dozier to pull this ball. Clayton Richard knows himself. He's got to be down more on the knees. If he's going to miss below the knees. That was a very inviting pitch for Dozier to lead off with that double.
So Dozier at second base to get it started, and Justin Turner standing in. Batting in the 2 spot now for LA at .298. 9 homers and 30 runs batted in. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards right center field. Good sized gap out in left center. Not too much of a breeze here tonight, as this is in the dirt and Hedges able to block it.
Yeah, it's kind of on the warm side tonight.
It is a little sticky.
Yeah.
And not much of a breeze. Flags are pretty still out there.
Wind's blowing straight down.
Clayton Richard allowed 5 runs in 5 innings against the Diamondbacks in his last start, getting a no decision. Eventually a 7-6 Padres victory. Seeking his first win since June 22nd. Fortunately for Richard, since then he's gone 0-4 with a 6.71 earned run average in his last 10 starts. So it's been a tough stretch for Clayton. He's falling behind Turner here, 2-1. Elevates and Turner doesn't chase.
Well, we see that box at home plate right from the center field camera of the strike zone, and Clayton Richard will be the first one to tell you, I need to split that strike zone with my sinker, with my breaking ball. Anything that's within that, he's got the chance to get hit around a little bit. Even the ground balls, when he gets his ground ball, it might find a hole. but he needs to hit that strike zone on the edges.
That ended up over the middle, but a strike, 3-2.
Sometimes the hitters will get themselves out as well, and that falls into the category of not giving the hitters too much credit.
Well, Justin Turner, a couple of different stints on the DL this year. That's a big difference when he is in the Dodgers lineup. His presence alone. Fouls this off to the right out of play. Still full here at 3-2.
You know, for Justin Turner, who usually likes the ball in, he likes to turn on the fastball. That one 92 middle in, he missed it. He was late on that.
Manny Machado waiting on deck for the Dodgers. Coming over from the Baltimore Orioles. Another foul down the right field line for Turner. A 14-game hitting streak recently snapped. Hitting at 464 during the 14-gamer. He's been hitting very well for the Dodgers.
Clayton Richard was just looking at his middle infielders, Galvis and Spangenberg, say, hey, give him a look over there. Kind of keep him close. You don't want him to get into too big of a secondary lead.
Sprays a foul again. That pitch running in on him, and that's hard to do because he's on top of the plate.
He's been late on 3 pitches on the inner part of the plate. Down by the label.
Hard to get the hands in like that,
yes.
I would think.
Yeah, and the good part of the bat on that baseball. Absolutely right.
Payoff pitch again. And it is down the right field line, sending Franmil Reyes over towards the stands. And he'll get there to make the catch and foul ground. Dozier tags. Go to third is going to be off the mark, and Dozier gets to third with a headfirst slide. On the fly out to right by Justin Turner.
Here's the Padres defense brought to you by the San Diego County Ford dealers. In center field, checking his notes, is Manuel Margot. In left field, Hunter Renfroe. In right, we just saw Franmil Reyes. On the infield, third to first, Will Myers, Freddie Galvis, Corey Spangenberg, and Eric Hosmer. At first base behind the plate tonight, putting down the signs, will be Austin Hedges.
So 1 out, Dozier 90 feet away at third, and here's Manny Machado. 304, 29 home runs, 77 runs batted in. His combined numbers between Baltimore and Los Angeles. This year moving to shortstop after spending his first years in the major leagues as a third baseman for the Orioles. This is a good player right here the Dodgers got. Infield in, and Myers is coming home. The throw is going to be in time. Dozier thrown out at the plate. The tag applied by Austin Hedges. A good play by Myers. Been tested for the first time. Been a lot of firsts down there at third base for Myers, having to come home with the infield in.
So Bull Dozier gets plowed down at home as on contact he is going. And you know what? Credit Austin Hedges. That ball was on the first base side of home plate. Watch how Austin has to reach across his body to his right. Bring it back. Oh, and Dozier tries to get his hands in, but Brian Gorman is right there, and he got him on the chest. Nice play.
2 down. Machado will reach it first on the fielder's choice, and it brings up Matt Kemp. He set it off the top. He has come back down to earth again after what was an incredible first half of the year, but for Matt Kemp it has been a different story in the second half. Last 25 games, in fact, Matt Kemp is 10 for 75, hitting at 133. Takes a base hit the opposite way to right field. Machado is headed to third, and Reyes bobbles it out there. Now Machado's going to try and score. He will. Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. Miscue out there in right center field.
Off the heel of the glove of Reyes. Not even close to the pocket. Daylight, everybody's off and running. Cannot afford to give the Dodgers extra bases, and another run here in the first inning. Ouch.
So the Dodgers on top 1-0. Error charged on the play to Reyes out there in right field. Allows Machado to score. Kemp to get to second base after his base hit. So in scoring position with 2 down, and Chris Taylor. A disappointing season for Taylor. They're expecting big things, and so it's a .247 average. 13 homers, 53 runs batted in. Wild swing and a miss.
Don, it's amazing how last year the Dodgers, everybody collectively was just on fire. I mean, hits galore, home runs, and just scoring runs. And now how this year, it's like everybody collectively is kind of in a little bit of a slump, and it's they're trying to turn it on. Trying to turn it around. 4.5 games out.
Running out of time. Out to right center field. Reyes coming in. Margot is there, and Reyes will step in front of Margot to make the catch. That ends the inning. The Dodgers do get a run, take a 1-0 lead to the second. As we head to the top half of the second inning, it'll be Hunter Renfroe, Austin Hedges, and Corey Spansberg coming up against Rich Hill. Rich Hill with 16 pitches in the first inning. Oh, 1-2-3 inning, striking out Freddie Galvis.
All right, so since you can't give yourself your own nickname on Players Weekend, I've got one for you.
What do you got?
My good friend Jim Terlikis, he made you the fishing rod.
Yes.
He now dubs you Donzilla.
I like it. Yeah,
I like it.
That. I could go with that.
Donzilla.
Donzilla. I like it.
You are officially named. Your Delta Tau Chi name is Donzilla.
This one fouled off. We didn't get jerseys this year.
I know.
I don't know what happened.
So thank you, Jim.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It's a really good one.
Donzilla and Mudley.
Mudley?
Mudley. Well, I call you Mudley. You'd just be Mud on your jersey.
Okay, that's cool.
So just Mud.
Nice.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Players Weekend. And, of course, all the players have their nicknames on the back of their uniforms. This one is Lion Fowl. You were Mud your entire career, right? I mean, pretty much.
Yes, and there's a story to that. Danny Ozark was our third base coach with the Giants, my first Major League camp, 1984. And we were doing PFPs. And, you know, the coaches kind of stand on the field, different areas. Danny was around first base, and I was covering first base on the 3-1. Now, way to go, Mudcat. And I was like, oh, because I know of Jim Mudcat Grant. And he just started calling me in the clubhouse and the dugout, and it just stuck. Everybody just started calling me that.
Took off.
Yeah.
And you got to know Mudcat.
I called him today.
That's unbelievable.
I asked him if because he likes to come out to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Because he lives in the area, and I said, hey, can I get you out to the ball game? He's got his yearly golf tournament, annual golf tournament in Binghamton, New York.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to be gone for the weekend.
Okay. I spent 3 years in Binghamton.
Yeah. But I told him we'd come back in September, and he said, you be sure to call me. And I said, I'd love to get you out to a game, get him a press pass, and have him come up here. Love the man. He's great.
Payoff pitch to Hunter Renfroe. Popped up left side of the infield. They were shifting on him, and twilight sky right now, and unfortunately for Turner, Machado is there to make the catch. As it turns out, nobody saw it on the left side of the infield. Time out for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Well, Don, you said it earlier. Rich Hill knows how to pitch, especially with the fastball. He throws that curveball, but with 2 strikes, he will elevate. And it's very, very tough for hitters to lay off, particularly against the Padres. You know, and at times, he will get you guessing. You've got that number 2 in the back of your mind, and they'll sneak the cheese in the zone. And he knows the guys that will chase out of the zone. We've seen Jose Perella do that. So the tool that he has right now going is that high fastball with 2 strikes.
The sky right now is twilight, and that was a problem. Justin Turner, he was the closest to that ball. He looked up and couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for him, Machado comes over and makes the catch. Renfroe retired, and Austin Hedges, it's his first look tonight at Rich Hill. Rich Hill lost to the Padres back on July 10th, allowing 4 runs in 7 innings. Prior to that, he had been 4-0 in 5 starts against the Padres since joining the Dodgers. The 2016 trade deadline. Back comes Grandal, but it's into the seats, and he can't find it. Not a good sky right now. Fly ball's a little tough.
Yeah, they rub up those baseballs. And the baseball's a little dark. You know, take the shine off the ball with that Mississippi mud or wherever it comes from.
It'll be fine in about 10 minutes, but right now it's a little dicey.
You know, the one thing Rich Hill and the Dodgers got going, he's been pitching well, but the blister situation, right?
Always been a problem.
Yeah, 11 starts where he has not had, since coming off the DL, there was 11 starts, so he hasn't had problems with that blister. Wow.
That is strike 3. Hedges takes it, second strikeout for Rich Hill, 2 down.
And that was the yacker, the curveball that ends up, looks like right down the middle of the plate. Outer third.
Just froze him.
Yep. Good rotation, too. That really gives you a good look of how he gets on top of that baseball and really spins it.
Now 2 down here in the second inning brings up Corey Spangenberg. And the start at second base tonight. .244, 7 homers, 24 runs batted in for Spangenberg. Down to the count, 0-2. The Dodgers just being swept by the Cardinals here earlier this week. They scored just 6 runs in the 3-game series. They've now lost 15 of their last 23 games dating back to the end of July the 29th.
Ouch.
28 runs in 23 games. That's not good.
That's not good.
1-2 pitch.
I'll tell you, Rich Hill is having some fun out there. The last 3 pitches, he has varied his delivery. Breaking ball, Laredo. Fastball, Laredo. And then he kind of did the old shimmy with the paws at the top, trying to disrupt Corey Spangenberg.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out back-to-back Padres down the second inning. Inning and a half done, 1-0 LA.
trail the Dodgers 1-0 as Clayton Richard goes out for his second inning of work. And guys, it's never easy to face a team multiple times as Clayton has done in his career. It's even tougher when that team has had some success against you, as the Dodgers have. A 4.51 career ERA versus the Dodgers. This roster collectively hitting .348 against him. But that being said, nothing needs to change. He needs to stay aggressive. Andy Green talked about it before the ball game. The last thing he wants to see is Clayton to try to nibble, considering as many times as he's faced these guys. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Clayton, be Clayton and challenge these guys. Don Mudd, back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. We move here into the second inning. Richard giving up a run in the first, but really not his fault. Miscue out there in right field by Franmil Reyes, leading to the only run of this game so far. So 17 first inning pitches. Kike Hernandez leads it off here in the second inning.
You know what, after Bob's report, thank you very much, Scan, for that, but I've noticed that Clayton Richard, when he's getting his release point, getting that arm through the zone, he's being a little bit more aggressive. The tempo is always there in between pitches. He likes to work, but doesn't it look like he's, I don't want to say trying to hump it up a little bit more, but he seems more aggressive, getting up on top and then getting through the throwing zone when he's throwing his pitches tonight.
More violent delivery?
Yes, I mean from not the whole delivery, I'm talking about
the release?
Yes, the release, right there.
Down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kike Hernandez.
Bob Scanlon, from your vantage point down there, what do you see?
Yeah, I think we always like to see Clayton going after guys, but I agree with you, Mudd. It looks like he's really trying to reach out and keep that ball down.
This one is down to the left field corner. Kike Hernandez goes to second base. A leadoff double starts the bottom of the second inning.
Well, let's check the location. That's a slider, a breaking ball, and just not in enough. Just out of the reach of Will Myers. Just out of the reach.
Double for Hernandez starts his second inning, and now Yasmani Grandal, former Padre, standing in on the right side. 245, 21 home runs, 59 runs batted in. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards right center. Gap out there in left center field for Grandal. Dodgers 4.5 games back of the Diamondbacks. Largest deficit they've had this far back in the division since May 29th. Diamondbacks were winning while the Dodgers were losing to the Cardinals.
How about the Dodgers' home record coming into tonight? 32-33.
Don't expect that. In there for a strike, and it's 2-1.
And against the West there at 500 at 27-27.
So if they fared better at home and fared better in the division, they'd be in a much better spot than they are right now.
What do they say? Play 500 at home, and they're a game below. And you know as well as anybody, Don, they acquired Machado to go for it, right? Anything short of a World Series would be a disappointment.
And if they don't make the playoffs, I mean, now
yeah,
you're really
let's get
trouble.
that to the bridge first, right?
Yeah. Well, first you got to get in. They're 4.5 back in the West. They're 3.5 back in the wild card. So it's like, you know, both pretty tough. Some teams in between. We saw the Rockies. They're playing good baseball. That's a good team right there we just saw, the Rockies. We know about the Diamondbacks. 3-1 to Grandal. And that's in the dirt for ball 4. First walk allowed by Clayton Richard. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, it looked like he didn't really give him much hit there. You got the switch hitter Grandal hitting from the right side. Now you got lefty on lefty with a force on the infield.
This is a weird one for us, coming in here and seeing Cody Bellinger bat 8th in the Dodgers order. This guy's been in the middle of the order primarily anytime he has been in the order since getting to the big leagues last year, dropping down to 8th. .258 average, 20 homers, 60 runs batted in. Batting with 2 on, nobody out. The Dodgers second.
And you know, Don, I'm not saying this from memory because I'm looking at the notes right now. It's the first time this year that he has batted 8th.
Yasiel Puig not in the lineup tonight again. Was scratched from the final game of the Cardinals series before the game. And not on the lineup again tonight. No word as to why. Kind of never know with Yasiel Puig. I mean, sometimes linked to the ballpark. That's been a problem in the past, or Dave Roberts, and there have been other issues, but not sure why he was not in the lineup last night or tonight.
Yeah, he's hit .318 off Clayton. A couple of home runs, a couple of doubles, and 22 at bats.
To right center, and that'll get in for a hit. Kike Hernandez coming around from second base. 2-0 LA. First and third with nobody out. RBI single for Cody Bellinger.
Well, the hits that the Dodgers have gotten early on this evening caught way too much of the plate. And you know what? Bellinger gets up on top of this one. It's up in the zone at 91. Quick enough to dump it into right center field. Just too good of a pitch. Driving in another one.
So 2 runs in for LA. First and third, nobody out. Rich Hill, the pitcher. 2 for 24 at the plate this year. 083 average. You look at the alignment right now. They're playing shallow in the outfield for him to go the other way. Take strike 1. Throw to first, and back to the bag is Bellinger. Held on over there by Eric Hosmer.
See what kind of back control Rich Hill has here. Maybe dragging one down or putting one down that first base line with Hosmer holding on the runner. Because Will Myers, he's charging. He can charge early.
Poked at it, but it's strike 2.
Now on that particular one, Will Myers stood his ground and Eric Hosmer charged aggressively.
Swinging away, chops it towards short. Galvis will touch second, and they'll get the force out there. For the first out of the inning, Bellinger retired, 6 unassisted at second base. So no advance for Grandal at third base.
As soon as his ball is chopped, Freddie Galvis has got to get to it rather than going for the runner. He's got to keep an eye on that runner at third base. At least the Padres get an out and keep the double play in order.
First and third, 1 down, a run in for LA, top of the order. Brian Dozier standing in. So second time through now for Clayton Richard. Dozier 239 with runners in scoring position. Has driven in 45 in this spot. Throw over and almost threw it away. The backhand down low went Hosmer to recover that throw. Most double plays induced. Clayton Richard, 21, tied with Jake Arrieta of the Phillies in that category. Could use one here. Bouncing in, and Hedges sprawling to block that nicely.
Yeah, 58% for Clayton on the ground ball percentage, leads the major leagues. Talk about catchers smothering. Right in the middle of the chest protector and recovering. to keep those runners at their respective bases.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Dozier doubled in the first inning, getting his second look at Clayton Richard tonight. Yasmani Grandal at third, Rich Hill at first with one out. A run in for LA. Foul down the right field line, out of play. That's meant to be the 40th of the night for Clayton Richard, and that's in an inning and a third so far. On the ground down the line, a fair ball. From third comes Grandal. Rich Hill is headed to third on an RBI double for Brian Dozier. And it's 3-0 LA.
Well, once again, just out of the reach of Will Myers at third base as Clayton Richard. Remember the first time up, Dozier went that way. He gets his hands in nicely here on a breaky ball. Once again, up in the zone, just over the bag and hits the line beyond the bag. Got a big time jam right here for Clayton Richard in the pods.
Second and third, one out, and Justin Turner will bring that infield in. Turner flied out to right in the first inning, 0 for 1. Takes strike one.
That's the adjustment Clayton needs to make right there. Stay there or lower, especially in this situation. Try to get that grounder.
On the ground and through into left field, a base hit. Hill will score. Dozier will be stopped, and the Dodgers have got a 4-0 lead. RBI single for Justin Turner.
When you're a ground ball pitcher, balls put in play quite a bit, right? Not a strikeout guy. Chances are, with the infield, the way they were positioned, you hit a ball squarely. And once again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but once again, a pitch that was just too far up, allowing Turner to get extended and pull that ball to the left side.
Balls to the pitching coach out there. Andy Green was on the phone, stirring in the Padres pen. Somebody's going to be up very quickly. 4-0 LA. It's going to be Miguel Diaz, stretched out in El Paso and could go a while if need be. I guess he'd be the long guy right now.
Saw Miguel on Wednesday in Colorado.
Machado up the middle, but Spangenberg was playing him there. Touches second, fires to first, double play. Nicely done. So 4-3 on the DP, but it's a 3-run inning and a 4-0 Dodgers lead. head to the top half of the third inning, and it's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
Who doesn't love trivia?
The Dodgers have been shut out 7 times this season. Who's the last Padres starter to shut out the Dodgers? Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia.
I think I know that one, so I'm going to refrain.
I think I do too.
Okay.
So we'll hold off. Franmil Reyes leads it off here for the Padres. Bottom third of the Padres order. Reyes, Margot, and Richard scheduled to bat. Rich Hill now has a 4-0 advantage. Franmil hitting in .238. 9 homers, 13 runs batted in. Chases that 90-mile-an-hour fastball that is up.
Well, the Padres got some work to do. Don Zilla. When they score 4 or more runs, they are 55 and 18. But remember what we mentioned about the bullpen for the Dodgers.
3 straight strikeouts for Rich Hill, 4 in all. 1 down here in the third inning.
And this looks like the old floating breaking ball that is at the top of the zone. There's that spin. See that spin? That's very tight spin. To give you an idea, you know, spin rate these days?
Yeah.
The average on a curveball is 2,500. Rich Hill is 2810. So he is well over.
So he is spinning it up there.
Yes, he is. More spin, better break.
Manuel Margot batting out of the 8th spot. 243, 6 homers, 41 runs batted in. Two-0 pitch. And a foul to our right. Rich Hill has retired the first 7 Padres he's faced tonight. 4 by way of the K. Fouled off, and it's 2-2.
Now that's a pitch there. Hitters count 2-1. Fastball right down the middle. And it's fouled off. I mean, granted, you're not going to crush a 2-1 fastball down the middle every time, but those are the types of pitches that the Padres have opportunities to take advantage of.
Margot dropped in the order to 8th.
Here comes the yacker.
It's Peace, fouls it back. Got to be ready for it any time against Rich Hill.
Yeah. This might be one of those times where he throws it towards that back foot. That one was, it caught more of the plate. But he has the ability to maybe backdoor it here.
Strike 3 call. There it is. 4 strikeouts in a row for Rich Hill. 5 Ks in all, 2 down in the top of the third inning.
And the backdoor breaking ball, it is. See the glove of Grandal. Gets the outside corner at 75. It's a beautiful pitch. That spinner was 2,900.
Now 2 down here in the third inning. Clayton Richard. 4 for 41 at the plate this season. A 3-run home run, of course, at Coors Field in Colorado earlier this year. It's 3 homers in his career. This is 10th major league season. 14 average, 28 RBIs. And the recipient of strike 2. Oh, 2. And he takes it for strike 3. 5 strikeouts in a row for Rich Hill. He's retired the first 9 Padres. 4-0 LA. Petco presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Hyundai, get a great deal, more than a great deal on an all-new Hyundai vehicle. See your Hyundai dealer today. And by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. Fast start tonight for the LA Dodgers. They get a run in the first, 3 in the second on Clayton Richard. Dodgers on top 4-0, and they're also getting spectacular pitching from their starter tonight. Rich Hill has retired the first 9 Padres he's faced, 6 by way of the K. Matt Kemp to lead it off for LA here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kemp singled in the first inning. Jumps back out of the way of a pitch down and in.
Wow, did you see his bat?
What's he got going on?
Looks like some artist or something did some work on it.
Fouled off down the right field line, out of play.
Very detailed.
Against his former team, .435 average.
Yeah, the key for Matt Kemp, we've seen it all along in his big league career. There are times he will chase out of the zone. Hitters count here, even in the hitters count, he'll chase.
Lined and caught, third base by Myers. So a hot shot, but right in the neighborhood of new third baseman Will Myers.
Number 3.
Kind of woke up Will a little bit. You see how far back he is playing. That ball is actually going to hook. Good athletic position. Top of the cap high.
So 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Chris Taylor fly to right in the 1st inning. Now drives one to left center field. Margot going back at the wall. That ball is gone. A home run for Chris Taylor, his 14th of the year. And the Dodgers add on. On top now, 5-0. Margot went as far as he could. Home run for Chris Taylor. We will get a look at the Arco top tier play.
First pitch, 90, just above the knees, and right in the swing path. A perfect swing from Chris Taylor. Thought maybe Manuel had a chance at that, but just didn't get back there in time to try to get up and over to snatch it back. These Dodgers rank number 1 in the National League in the home run category.
398, the tail of the tape for Chris Taylor's home run. 1 out, Kike Hernandez takes strike 2. Hernandez doubled and scored in the 2nd inning.
Looks like Brian Gorman got that one right off the chest protector. To the right shoulder. I think he got a piece of Austin's helmet as well.
Foul back off the screen into the seats. So Richard has allowed at least a run in every inning so far. He works here with 1 down in the 3rd inning. 1-2 to Hernandez. On the ground left side. Myers won't get it. Galvis will, and his throw in time. Nice play. Freddie Galvis had to go a long way to get that over to the 3rd base side. A short made the throw that gets there in time to get Hernandez.
Another thing I see on this play, watch, he kind of gets screened by Will Myers as he lets it go, realizing he can't get to it. So great concentration on Freddie's part. The strength of the arm, the accuracy on the run. Perfect throw to get him.
Good stretch too by Hosmer. Yep. 2 down, bases empty. Yasmani Grandal. Walked and scored in the second inning. Part of a 3-run second for LA. .56 pitches so far in 2 2/3 innings for Richard. Fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Through the left side into left field, a base hit for Grandal. So a 2-out single for Grandal. It's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. The Dodgers have been shut out 7 times this season. What's the last Padres starter to shut out the Dodgers? We're looking at him. Clayton Richard. September 21st, 2010, a 6-0 win.
Come on, 8 years ago already? Because I remember
that?
I remember that game, and my goodness, how time flies.
2 down, Grandal at first, and Cody Bellinger. Bellinger singled to drive in a run in the second inning. There he is in the third. His Dodgers have added another run and have a 5-0 advantage tonight. Andy Green hopeful that Clayton Richard can kind of figure it out here and give him some innings. We've seen that happen before where Clayton's had kind of a tough inning, but then settles down.
Yep.
And go a while not having to get into that bullpen.
And the Padres have 1, 2, 3 due up in their half of the 4th inning. So if Clayton can find that groove, keep it at 5, chew up some innings.
Swing and a miss over the top of that, and it's 2-2. Let's take a look at StatCast AI powered by AWS.
Well, pretty even, huh? From the shortstop area over towards second base, over to first base. Likes to pull, and 7%, 10% on the left side.
They stack it up on the right side for the Galvis over there. And a swing and a miss. Very defensive swing there by Bellinger, who strikes out to end the inning. Chris Taylor homers. Dodgers have a 5-0 lead. Finish, and it's been impressive so far for Rich Hill. How about 6 strikeouts in the first 9 batters?
Fastballs up, breaking balls, spinning it really nicely. Last inning, 3 up, 3 down via the K. So the second inning struck out 2, first inning 1. He has got it working, and he's doing exactly what you mentioned, Don. He's not a thrower. He is pitching, and he has 5 runs to work with.
Second time through this Padres order for Rich Hill. Freddie Galvis going to lead it off. Galvis, Myers, and Hosmer. Galvis, one of the strikeout victims on the night for Rich Hill. So 45 pitches through the first 3 innings. It's on the extreme third base side of the pitcher's plate.
I like it.
Feels weird. I don't know if I'm going to use it again. I prefer the rubber.
That's
But it's your thing, and I'll use it once in a while.
It's not my thing. It's the rule book thing.
Right.
But you're right.
Anyway, he's way over there.
And the rule states that the foot has to be in contact. Any part of your foot in contact. He's got what? Maybe a quarter of his foot.
Runs over, lets it go. On the run for Turner. Nice play. Called off Hill, who could have made that play. But Turner was charging hard from third base and picks and throws on the run to get Freddie Galvis.
Communication was beautiful on that play. Rich Hill has to go over towards the third base side, right? We talk about momentum. He would have to glove spin. Well, Turner is already on the move. Bare hand, he doesn't have to use his glove. So red turn 2 goes over to Belly for the nice play. Sometimes infielders will grab that, it's almost like a changeup grip, but they've got enough time to where they can grip it to get 2 fingers and send it on its way.
Now Will Myers getting his second look at Rich Hill. Flied out to center field in the first inning, 0 for 1. Last 4 games, Will 5 for 13, 385. Just keeps flipping it up there.
Yeah.
Fouled off, 0-2.
Do you remember your Little League teams?
Absolutely.
Who was first club you played for as an amateur? Little League?
It was Madison. Madison, New Hampshire. What were we, though?
Who's your sponsor?
We didn't have a sponsor.
You're kidding.
No.
Did you have major league teams?
No. We didn't have. Yeah, no.
In
we didn't
your
have
Little League, your team.
Yes. No, we didn't have major league team. Just Madison. That was it. We had an M. Swing and a miss. Striking out is Myers. 7 strikeouts for Hill.
Remember earlier how I mentioned you've got the curveball in the back of your mind? Well, now he changes the arm angle, sidearm, and then fastball. That's 88, and you can still see that Will is behind on it. It's clearly off the plate. Rich Hill has got him swinging at pitches off the plate.
Eric Hosmer grounded out to first base in the first inning. 0 for 1. 7 hits. 6 games for Hosmer. In a row to start this game, retired by the left-hander Rich Hill. He's been dazzling right out of the gate tonight for the Dodgers. 3-0 pitch. Swinging 3-0 is Hosmer. Got the green light and lifts the fly ball to center for Kike Hernandez. It's a 1-2-3 4th inning. Rich Hill's retired the first 12. 5-0 LA. All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much. We play along here to the bottom of the 4th inning. And the pitcher, Rich Hill, leading it off here against Clayton Richard. And that pitch in there for strike 2.
How about those Redbirds? 17-4 in the month of August.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, timing's everything, right?
There's Mike Matheny fired there.
Yeah.
They make the change of the 2 hitting coaches.
Michael Jackson said it. Make that change.
They made the change, and you don't want to point to that as the reason, but still, that's when they started to turn things around.
They responded. They responded.
Clayton Richard picking up his 2nd strikeout, getting Hill 1 down here in the 4th inning. Brings up Brian Dozier. He has doubled twice in this game.
Remember Matt Carpenter was hot?
It was terrible at the beginning of the year. He was hitting a $140 in mid-May.
Going into tonight, last 9 games, he's just hitting 133.
Two-0 pitch. That'll miss 3-0.
1 home run, 1 RBI in those 9 games for Matt Carpenter. Stay tuned, folks, for those races.
Down to first goes Dozier, a 4-pitch walk. 2nd walk allowed by Clayton Richard. Let's time out with the key to drive to success. Well, in August for Justin Turner in 18 games, 27 hits, .391 batting average in the month of August. 4 homers, 10 runs batted in. Slugging at .696 for the Dodgers' 3rd baseman. High drive, deep center field. Margot going back, looking up, and it is very gone to straightaway center field. 2-run shot for Justin Turner, his 10th of the year. 2 more for the Dodgers. They take a 7-0 lead.
Justin Turner's not going to wait. He's up on that plate, outer 3rd, and once again, nitro zone for Turner. Perfect pitch, perfect swing, perfect outcome.
$7-0 LA on the 421-foot home run for Justin Turner. A 2-hit night for Turner. He had also singled, driven in 3 runs. And Machado now bats. Most home runs this season. Dodgers with 178 of them. There's a drive down the left field line, but out ahead. Foul. For Machado, who has 5 since joining the Dodgers. That'll drop in there for strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Richard. 2 down in the inning.
Right fielder, Matt Kemp.
Matt Kemp coming up. Miguel Diaz up in the pen and ready. The indication of Doug Bachler looking back towards the dugout with the hat off. And they're going to make the change as soon as they get the word that he was ready. Tough one for Clayton Richard, who will leave after 3 2/3 innings, charged with 7 runs. 7-0 LA. recent home run, a 2-run shot by Justin Turner here in the 4th inning. Out to center field. It has given LA a 7-0 lead. Chases Clayton Richard from the game. Miguel Diaz now in.
We saw Miguel Diaz on Wednesday in Colorado. 2 innings, 2 hits. He struck out a couple Rockies. Aggressive fastball in the zone. He's got the slider. There's a changeup as well. He's tossed 2 innings in each of his 3 major league outings in 2018.
Kemp to bat here with 2 down in the last of the 4th inning. Kemp 1 for 2 tonight, singled in the 1st inning. Lined out sharply to Will Myers in the 3rd inning down there at 3rd base. Fly ball, left center. Renfroe makes the catch. That ends the inning. 2 more runs for the Dodgers on the 2-run shot by Turner. 7-0 LA.
Hearing so much about all these guys that are in our minor league system, why we have the #1 farm system in the league, and it's exciting and all to hear about it, but it's so much more exciting to actually have them arrive, and now it's like the future is here now.
Tune in tonight for a brand new episode of Padres POV as Lisa Lane gets competitive with Padres catcher Austin Hedges as part of a San Diego Hotspot episode of Padres POV.
Pretty close to a full moon if it's not. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking lower left a little bit. See, lower like 9 o'clock-ish. See how it's kind of not as sharp as the right side? Maybe tomorrow night we'll check.
Connor Renfroe leading it off here in the 5th, where the Dodgers on top 7-0, and their starting pitcher tonight, Rich Hill, perfect through the first 4 innings.
Yeah.
7 strikeouts, retiring the first 12. Ahead here 0-1. Got Hunter Renfroe to pop out to short in the 2nd inning. Down to 1 knee on that cut.
There's the spinner. Right over the top of it. And buckles ankle down to the knee.
Line to right and a base hit. That'll get down and head to the corner. And it'll turn into an extra base hit for Renfroe to second base with a double. So the first hit of the night for the Padres after 4 perfect innings from Rich Hill. The double for Renfroe.
I think Rich Hill is kicking himself. Is he throwing a fastball here? Yep. High fastball. And that's one of those fastballs we were talking about. The Padre hitters have to get on top of it. Get on top of it. And rifles that one to the right side. throw is aboard with a double.
Austin Hedges standing in here, struck out looking in the second inning. And take strike one. Strike two. Talk about the blisters that he's had over the years. Would you get more blisters by throwing more breaking balls? Does that create blisters?
You know what? That's the question that people have asked me, and I don't know the answer to that because guys get it from throwing fastballs. They get it from throwing split-fingered fastballs. It just depends on the individual, I think. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know exactly where the blister comes up. If it's by the nail, if it's like directly on the pad, because I know different pitches can develop blisters on different parts of your fingers. For instance, I tried a split finger fastball. I experimented with a split finger fastball. I used to develop blisters right here in a callus, and I had to actually, you pop the blister, let it drain, let it harden. A lot of pitchers get it on the pad of their, like if you're throwing a curveball, like you get on that seam and you pull, maybe get a blister on that pad of your middle finger.
I think he went. They check. No, says Trip Gibson.
Oh, he most definitely went.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Not for sure.
Since it's Little League night, right? Come on, Blue. That's what they call him in Little League.
1-2 pitch coming up. Fly ball down the right field line, headed foul.
I will be honest with you, one of the toughest adjustments for me coming from a high schooler then getting drafted, I called my coach Mr. Szymanski. I called my coaches Mr. McCarthy, right? All through Little League, Pony League, Coat League. You get to pro ball, and your manager's not coach. My manager's name was Ernie Martinez. You addressed me as Ernie. That was hard for me. I said, okay, coach. And I was like, oh.
Down the line at third, Turner's got it, looks the runner back at second, and then fires across to get Hedges for the first out of the fifth inning. A lot of managers don't like being called coach.
No.
I'll tell you that.
No.
I was around Terry Francona quite a bit. And if you would ever call him coach, he doesn't like it. Like his whole facial expression changes. He gets angry about it.
And then, of course, people start doing it more.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Yeah, see?
They would always confuse Terry Francona as Tony Francona, and he hates when you call him coach, so I call him Coach Tony.
That's even better.
That was great. Both, you know what buttons to push with Tito.
Yeah.
Corey Spangenberg has struck out swinging, and I guess it's a respect thing. I mean,
sure it is.
Yeah. You're a manager, not a coach at this level.
I'll still never forget that day. I was in that hotel room in Idaho Falls discussing my new manager with the club, Great Falls Giants.
Calling him Ernie.
And he goes, and you know what? You're a man now, and you're in pro ball. My name is Ernie. Okay, coach. just out of habit.
Spangenberg struck out swinging in the second inning, 0 for 1.
See if Corey can take that breaking ball or fastball the other way. Outfield is shifting that way. A lot of room between Turner and the bag. Wow, got a call there.
What was that at 86? Is that the fastball?
Yeah, I think, what I've been noticing when he drops down the arm angle, the velocity drops.
Look at the outfield. Kike Hernandez over towards left center. Lots of room out in right center for Corey Spangenberg with one out, runner at second. Rounded foul.
I had a great time in Little League. Did you?
I did. So it was the only time I was any good. So it was the best time of my life.
You peaked.
Exactly. What was I, like 12?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Gosh, I tell you what, man, some great memories. I mean,
I was an all-star.
Were you?
Yes. Yeah.
Like an alternate?
Shortstop.
Like if
pitcher.
somebody comes down with the flu, that
No. I was
legitimate.
No, I was voted in by the fans. This is the center field. Kike Hernandez back there will make the catch. Tag it up at second is Renfroe. He will get to third on the slide. With now 2 down as Spangenberg flies out to center. But deep enough that Renfroe could move over to third base.
Yeah, as soon as Hunter saw Hernandez going back closer to the track, that's when you tag up. Take that 90 feet.
Brings up Franmil Reyes. Struck out looking in the third inning, 0 for 1. Charged with an error defensively in right field back in the first inning. There's the fastball at 91, bottom of the zone. Renfroe 90 feet away. 0-2. He'll retire the first 12 Padres that he faced in the game. Up a leadoff double to Renfroe's now at third base. And Hedges to ground out. Spangenberg to fly out. Down low makes it 2-2 to Franmil Reyes. So 14 out of 15 he has retired in this game. There's the only guy he didn't get. His walking lead off third base. Full count now. And Will Margot waiting on deck. Ball 4, and the first walk allowed by Rich Hill with 2 down in the inning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
2 down, first and third, and Manuel Margot coming up. Padres trying to make some noise here, chip away at a 7-run deficit. Now 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Margot at .333 in that category. High drive to left field. That ball is hit well. Taylor going back at the wall. He'll make the catch. Right at the wall. That one looked like it was headed out of here. But Chris Taylor back there to make the catch, jumping at the wall. And the Padres strand 2 in the 5th inning. Halfway through, it's 7-0 LA. Nice play by Taylor. Padres. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. I'll remind you, coming up in the middle of the 7th inning, stay tuned to the Arco Game Break with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. Bottom of the 5th, and Chris Taylor, Kike Hernandez, Yasmani Grandal face Miguel Diaz. Got the final out of the 4th. Out there to start the 5th. Chris Taylor made the catch to end last inning, leads it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. High strike call.
So Madison was your Little League team,
right?
Just Madison.
Just Madison. That had an M on the uniform.
So that was your Little League team?
Yes.
How about the Pony League?
I didn't play Pony League.
Not good enough?
I don't think we had it. I played Legion ball.
Okay.
Is that the same thing?
Legion was like 15, 16.
Yeah. That was before high school. Oh, no.
During high school?
No, during high school, no, I didn't play. I played high school. Not well. Not often.
What position?
I was a bunch.
Yeah.
Bench. Swing and a miss here for Chris Taylor, and he will strike out for the first out of the 5th inning. Send it down to Bob Scanlon.
You know, Don, it's obviously Players Weekend, and it's easy to see the nicknames on the back of the jerseys, but what fans may not see as easily are the small patches on the right sleeve. That's a blank spot for the players to write the name of somebody that was inspirational in their baseball career. Now, most of the Padres, I saw a lot of their family, mom and dad. It was interesting. Carlos Asuaje apparently last year put dad on his sleeve, and mom got upset, so he had to make amends with her this year. But Austin Hedges has one that's very poignant. He has his travel ball coach who passed away a couple of years, so a wonderful way to honor him as well. So something to keep an eye on tonight, guys.
All right, Scan, thanks very much.
That's cool.
Lots of stuff going on in these Player Weekend jerseys. Bats are different. Look down to first base, and Trip Gibson said he didn't go. Kike Hernandez. Foul back to the screen. Well, it's 2-1 up over the screen. Hernandez doubled in the second, grounded out to short in the third. Mark over to right center, big gap in left center for Hernandez. Swings of the 3-1 and fouls it back, full count. Padres into their pen here with one down in the 5th inning. And that is ball 4 to Kike Hernandez.
Hey folks, enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets. Enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
One down, one on. First walk allowed by Miguel Diaz. And it brings up Yasmani Grandal. He has walked and singled, scored a run. They shift on him on the right side of the infield. Keep it tight to the infield, the double play possibility in order.
Will Myers doing some serious communicating with the right side of the infield. He is the lone fielder for the Padres at the shortstop position right now. Freddie Galvis is playing second base.
Looks really weird to see him over there.
It does, doesn't it? That's a big kid out there at shortstop right now.
They're starting to get used to him at third base, but weird in the shift formation to have him over at shortstop now. Freddie Galvis on the right side of the infield, along with Spangenberg and Hosmer. Grandal fooled on that pitch, 2-1.
And the reason why I'm thinking, as I look at the defense, why Freddie Galvis is on that side is probably because when the Yasmanian Devil hits one on the ground, Freddie Galvis has more range than Will Myers, so he can cover more ground over there.
It'll be interesting to see if a ball does go to Galvis on the right side. Will Myers turn a double play?
Yeah.
Coming over from the shortstop spot. That'll be
6-5-3. That'd be sweet.
In the dirt, back-to-back walks allowed by Miguel Diaz. That'll bring out Darren Balsley. Second time we've seen Balsley in tonight's game.
Darren Balsley has DB, his initials on the back of his player's jersey. Diaz going with Diaz.
One out, first and second. Cody Bellinger coming up. Or just Belly.
First baseman, Bellinger.
Bellinger's third plate appearance of this game. Single to center in the second. Struck out swinging in the third. 1 for 2. An RBI single. 61 RBIs on the year.
Big hack. Did you like that reaction right there?
That was really good analysis.
Check out that. We've seen home runs on first pitches tonight, right? 2 times. And Bellinger wants to connect on that one. And that is a home run swing. We see that swing quite a bit from Belly. Talk about being up on top of the plate, huh?
Very upright in his stance. Down 0-2. 95 on the fastball from Miguel Diaz. Struck out Chris Taylor to begin the inning, but walks Kike Hernandez and Yasmani Grandal back to back. Oh, 2 pitch coming up. And it's to left center field. Well placed, and it'll fall. Cut off by Margot as Hernandez comes around to score the 8th Dodgers run of the game on an RBI double by Cody Bellinger out there to left center field. That ball was in the air a very long time, but neither Margot or Renfroe can get to it as it lands on the grass out in left center field.
Don, you know how we talk about ground balls beating the shift on the infield? Cody Bellinger just beat the shift in the outfield. You can see where they're positioned. Manuel Margot is on the first base side of second base. He's got a long way to go. Hunter Renfroe, no chance. That was not the swing intended by Belly. I mean, we know he likes to pull the ball, right? That was an awkward swing. And he dropped it in the perfect spot.
His second hit of the night, second RBI collected. And now Rich Hill sends one into center field. From third comes Grandal, and it's 9-0 Dodgers. Rich Hill, the pitcher, with his third hit of the year, sends it into center and adds on another Dodgers run. It's 9-0 LA.
Wow. When it rains, it pours. First pitch swinging right through the wickets. Miguel Diaz. That pitch was down. It was out of the zone. Rich Hill just dropped in the head of that shillelagh, driving in a run.
The Dodgers have scored in every inning so far as they continue to bat here in their half of the 5th inning. There's Brian Dozier.
I think he's got a good one. Bulldozer.
He's just going with Bull. Last year he went with the generic Doze, but this year he developed a nickname back in college, the Bulldozer. And it stuck a little bit with his Twins teammates. So, yeah. So he's going with it.
I like it. Has anyone gone with He Hate Me?
I don't think so. No, not since the XFL or whatever it was. Was it the XFL?
Yes, it was.
Strike call. 2 strikes here to Dozier. Still only 1 out in the inning. 2 walks, 2 hits, 2 runs. Walks turned into runs here against Miguel Diaz. And that is strike 3 over the outside corner. Second strikeout for Diaz, 2 down.
Well, Diaz touching 95, 96, and the perfect pitch here, righty on righty. Be aggressive that outside corner.
Now 2 down, Justin Turner coming up. Fly to right in the first, single to left in the second, homered in the 4th inning. One of the 4th, a 2-run shot for Turner. Jumping on that first pitch, high fastball. The wave making its way around Dodger Stadium.
Oh, no.
Back, 0-2. Diaz been in this game since the 4th inning, coming in to get the final out of the 4th. Has 2 outs here in the 5th. Has been charged with 2 runs of his own. After Clayton Richard went 3 2/3, gave up 9 hits, 7 runs, walked 2. And struck out 3. Richard on the hook, came in at 7 and 10. 0-2 to Turner. Bounces in, blocked by Hedges. 2-2. Tough one to watch tonight for Andy Green. Dodgers have a 9-0 lead with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, and Turner strikes out. That'll end the inning. 2 runs for the Dodgers, who lead it 9-0. Start tonight for Rich Hill. Retired the first 12 Padres he faced in the game and struck out 7 through the first 5 innings tonight. And he's been dazzling with that breaking ball all night. Now the Dodgers have been hitting home runs. Chris Taylor, it's a solo shot in the 3rd inning, his 14th of the year. And then Justin Turner with a 2-run shot, home run number 10 of the year for Turner. The Dodgers have scored in every inning so far. As we head into the 6th inning with LA on top 9-0, out hitting the Padres 11-1 in this game.
Well, Rich Hill, he is getting ahead. He's spinning that breaking ball and making these Padre hitters chase after pitches out of the zone. That was evident what was talked about before the game. Andy Green even said with that fastball, he likes to pitch up out of the zone with it, and he's changed his arm angle. He is truly pitching and pitching well with a 9-run lead.
It'll be a pinch hitter to lead it off here for the Padres in the 6th inning. Pinch hitting for Miguel Diaz will be Jose Perella. So Perella, Galvis, and Myers coming up. Perella coming off the bench to pinch hit, 254 average, 3 homers and 30 runs batted in. A 1 from Rich Hill. Foul off to the right, out of play. Pitches at this point of the game for Rich Hill, dealing with his first hitter of the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss. Perella strikes out. 8 strikeouts now for Rich Hill.
When you're America's best value, you don't need some over-the-top celebration.
1 down in the 6th inning, top of the order. Freddie Galvis coming up 0 for 2. Galvis has struck out swinging, grounded out to 3rd base. And 8 strikeouts for Rich Hill. Only 1 hit allowed. That was the double by Hunter Renfroe to lead off the 5th inning. Strike 2. Phil Maton up in the Padres pen. Miguel Diaz was hit for in this inning. Looks like Maton will be coming on in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Galvis reaches out and pokes one down the right field line. Matt Kemp will dive but not get there. Fair ball rattles around down there. Freddie's thinking 3. Headed for 3rd base, and he will get there standing. A 1-out triple for Freddie Galvis. Matt Kemp diving down the right field line. Didn't appear to be too close to that, though. And Galvis legs out a triple.
I mentioned earlier in the game when Freddie Galvis leading off this ball game, he has the tendency to take the ball where it's pitched. Effort by Matt Kemp laying out. Not even close, though. A little disappointment showed right there. It shows you what kind of competitor Rich Hill is. You know, he's got a 9-0 lead, right? He wants to get these guys out. He wants to get back in that dugout, pitch like it's 0-0.
1 out. Galvis at 3rd base brings up Will Myers. Myers cranks one foul off to the right, out of play. Fly to center and struck out swinging. Myers chops one back to the mound. Hill looks the runner back at 3rd and then fires a dart to first base for out number 2. Myers retired. Rich Hill's a pretty big guy, and he had to go backwards on the mound there, kind of backpedaling. Never easy, but leaps to make the catch and then throws out Myers.
Yeah, you can tell he's a good athlete. Pounces off the mound pretty well. Checks the runner, freezes him, going back, and then sidearms that onion over to first base for the out.
2 down. Galva still at third. Eric Hosmer. Wow, he dropped down there.
He called that a strike?
Yes.
Eric didn't swing, did he?
I don't think so.
Because it looked like Brian Gorman. He gave the sign as if it was a called strike.
Ball and a strike now to Hosmer. Pitch 90 coming up here. Rich Hill off the backside of the hill. Brief meeting with himself and back up on top. To short, and Manny Machado throws out Hosmer, and the Padres leave a runner at third. 5.5 done, 9-0 LA. As he goes the first 6 innings tonight for LA as a 9-0 lead. As talking to Rick Honeycutt, his pitching coach there, but moments ago, discussion. It looked like Rich Hill wanted to come out, wanted to go another inning, and Dave Roberts talking him out of it.
Yeah, you look at the scoreboard, 9-0. Rich Hill lobbying to stay in the game, and Dave Roberts pleading his case. And okay, Skip, really? If that's the way you feel, it's all good. Knuckles, it's a good day in the big leagues. Turn it over to the bullpen with the 9-0 lead.
Well, the Padres back into their pen again. Phil Maton now into the game. Third arm used tonight by San Diego. And a first pitch strike to Manny Machado.
Phil Maton going with spin rate on this players weekend. And yeah, he's got high spin rate on his fastball. 37th game for Phil Maton.
Also a change at first base. Jose Perella stays in the game and takes over at first. Eric Hosmer's night is over. Machado tonight has grounded into a fielder's choice, bounced into a double play, and struck out looking. It's not been part of the fun tonight for the Dodgers, who have 9 runs, 11 hits. Doesn't have one yet. In fact, he's the only member of the 9 starting tonight for LA not to have at least 1 hit, and that includes the pitcher Rich Hill, who's got a hit and an RBI. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Very defensive swing there. Maton able to get the first batter that he faces.
There's some spin rate for you. Down and away. Phil Maton throws a little bit of a cut fastball right there, and very late is Manny Machado.
One down here in the 6th inning brings up Matt Kemp. Singled back in the 1st inning. Since then has lined out to 3rd and flied out to left.
You want to hear my Little League team names?
What do you got?
Minors, Burr Oak Subdivision. Majors, Sills Restaurant. We dealt. We owned Mary Crest Little League, by the way. Everybody hated us. We went like
you were the whole team.
We went like undefeated like 2 years. No, I take that back because Meyerhoff Electric beat us once. It was like the biggest upset.
So we didn't have those. Nobody sponsored us.
My first year, Pony League, Musser Sports. And then Colt League was West Jefferson Bank.
Sound like some powerhouses.
Oh,
yeah.
Played at Mary Crest Little League in Joliet, which is now no longer, and Goltz Park, right by I-55 and Black Road.
1-2 is going to miss outside. He played at Burke Field.
Really?
In Madison, New Hampshire. Yeah, it's great. In fact, went to the finals. Our town was so small.
How small was it?
They put 4 towns together to make one team to play in the state championship. This is a swing and a miss, and Kemp strikes out back-to-back Ks from Maton. So we were Madison, Ossipee, Sandwich, Tamworth. We were most. That's what it said on our jersey. Most. And that was 4 towns put together. Yeah.
That's very clever.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we weren't sponsored.
I think that's odd. Hey, good spin rate on that last pitch we just saw from
back to back,
Maton.
really.
Yeah.
Strikes out Machado, now Kemp, and here's Chris Taylor. Taylor's going with CT3.
Is that like the CP3, like Chris Paul, only with a T?
I don't know. A lot of the players told us why they chose what they chose, and Chris Taylor did not. 0-2 pitch coming up here to Chris Taylor.
Pretty good pitch. Well, it makes sense. Chris Taylor, CT, and his number is 3, and I think this is original right here. Spin rate.
On the ground up the middle, ranging is Galvis. He'll spin and fire to first, off the mark and into the dugout. They will award second base to Chris Taylor. What a play just to get there, but then the throw way off the mark at first base into the dugout.
Yeah, and Taylor can pick him up and put him down. He can get down the line. And usually, you know, Freddie kind of goes into that slide once in a while. That is well off the mark. Usually he kind of does that slide so he can pop up. Here he's got to spin and throw on the move. Hey, a good throw gets him.
So it looks like that's going to be a hit and an error. The infield hit and the E6 on the throw gets Taylor to second base. And in the scoring position, now 12 hits for LA. Kike Hernandez has doubled and walked. Fouls it off to the right out of play. The Dodgers trying to keep this string of scoring in every inning going. Got a run in the first, 3 in the second, a run in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. And not scored yet here in the 6th inning. Phil Maton struck out Machado and Kemp back to back. For the infield hit and the error has Taylor at second base. Hernandez down the right field line. Reyes over towards the seats, and he will not have a play. Hernandez now. Yasmani Grandal waiting on deck for the Dodgers. 0-2 coming up. Way outside with a backhand, Wen Hedges.
Well, I think kudos have to go out to Spencer Dolan, the equipment manager for the Padres, and his design of these Padres uniforms. I'm kidding. Spencer did not design the
He
uniform.
didn't design it?
No, I just wanted to give him a little love. Because he's got a lot to deal with, right?
Yeah, and a lot of these weekends that are.
You've got to get these
New
uniforms.
uniforms.
You got to get them to the players, and I think Phil Maton is kind of out of uniform. There are some guys wearing yellow belts, but not him.
I actually don't see anybody else wearing a yellow belt. I think you're mistaken. Put you in the dirt, and it's a full count.
I thought I saw somebody with a yellow belt.
Myers doesn't have a yellow belt on.
There was,
Perella doesn't have a yellow belt on.
I thought there was somebody with a yellow belt.
I think you're seeing things.
Really?
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And striking out is Kike Hernandez. Maton strikes out the side. 9-0 Dodgers. The game, it's the outing for Rich Hill. Tremendous tonight in 6 innings, throwing 90 pitches. Started this game by retiring the first 12 Padres he faced. As it is, departs only allowing 2 hits. He was outstanding all night.
Going up and down out of the zone, spinning the curveball nicely, backdooring it, going to the back foot, even changing arm angles to disrupt the timing of these Padre hitters. There's a fastball and a fist bump and a pat on the chest from Doc. That's Dave Roberts and Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach.
Pedro Baez into the game for LA.
Padres going to have to turn up the dial a little bit against La Mula, right-hander Pedro Baez. 41st game. All right, he's hitting at 275. There's a walk in there in 42 plus innings with the strikeouts. More than innings pitched for Baez.
He's not afraid to slow it down either.
No.
Works very slowly. Hunter Renfroe is going to be the first batter that he faces here in the 7th inning. Renfroe has popped out to short and doubled.
He should have on the back of his muy despacio.
What does that mean?
Very slow. Because you're right, he could slow it down.
Never in a hurry. Now Renfroe got the Padres' first hit in the 5th inning after Rich Hill had retired 12 in a row to start the game. It led off the 5th inning. Renfroe has one of only 2 hits for the Padres in the game, being out hit 12-2. As Renfroe with a golf swing there, fouls it off to the right out of play. So Rich Hill, 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs. He walked a batter and struck out 8. The Parts pitcher of record came in individually at 5 and 4. No 2 to Renfroe. Fouled off down the right field line. Oh, and to be fair, by the way, going to break there, I don't know if you noticed, we did find a Padre wearing a yellow belt. It was Freddie Galvis.
Yes, I thought I saw one, and I accept your apology.
Well,
I forgive you.
You sort of made it sound like everybody was wearing yellow belts, and there's only one. So I don't think I have to apologize.
Was Clayton Richard wearing a yellow belt?
I don't think so.
Are you sure? If you're in the court of law, you're on the stand. You're under oath.
Swing and a miss. They elevated 97. And Renfroe chases. 9th strikeout for Dodgers pitching. 1 down here in the 7th.
Well, from the left side, Rich Hill, he did it to some Padre hitters. Baez goes 4-seam up and out of the strike zone with 2 strikes, and the same result.
Austin Hedges coming up 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the 2nd, grounded out to 3rd base in the 5th. It's been confirmed Clayton Richard did not wear a yellow belt. So
okay, I was wrong.
So I don't feel the need to apologize.
I have no problem like saying I was wrong. Didn't know. So why is Freddie the only guy with the yellow belt?
I don't know.
It matches.
Yeah, it looks good.
The blue belts don't match.
Two and 0. If I have a belt that fits really well, I'm not going to switch it up.
Look, there's one.
I bet you that's Freddie Galvis.
Ah, the knee got you. Somebody's knee's in the way.
Two and 0 the count to Hedges with Spansberg waiting on deck. Popped up foul off to the right out of play. Hedges has struck out and grounded out.
Oh, it's Carlos Suárez.
Carlos Suárez wearing a yellow belt. So maybe there are a few guys.
You know what I'm guessing?
What's
this is just a hypothetical guess. I'm guessing that the yellow belts were issued, but they look kind of like a leather belt, and some guys, you break in a new belt, kind of feels uncomfortable. I think the guys elected to go with their blue elastic belts.
Lying down the right
elastic
field line.
belts that you're used to wearing. They give a little bit.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Yeah, I know the ones.
Manny Margot.
Manny Margot. So maybe there are a few.
Yeah.
So I guess I better apologize.
I accept your apology.
Okay.
It's all good.
Baez, who generally brings the game to a complete halt. Ready with a 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strikes out Hedges. Back-to-back Ks for Baez. 2 down here in the 7th inning.
There's something to be said about that, Don. And I think sometimes hitters have a tendency, you could fall asleep, not literally fall asleep, but right, you slow it down and the hitters get anxious, right? And that might be part of his game plan.
2 down here in the 7th, and it brings up Corey Spangenberg. Play for Spangenberg to go the other way. Hernandez over to left center field as They work him away as well. Missing for ball one. Spansburg has struck out swinging and flied out to center. 0 for 2. Look out inside. Almost got him at 97.
Yeah, you're diving, trying to cover that outside part of the plate. Maybe you're looking that way. You get one in there. That'll wake you up a little bit. See Corey on his right sleeve. Family. Thanks for family.
Pitch coming up. That's a strike. 3-1. And Baez struck out Renfroe, struck out Hedges. Falling behind Spansburg here. 3-1. Strike called as Spansburg was headed to first base. Gets the bad news from Brian Gorman.
Yeah, you know what? I know it's 9-0, but still, you know, it's when you start calling pitches like that, it makes, you know, hitting's tough enough as it is already, right?
That is ball 4. Down to first base goes Spansburg with 2 down. It's the second walk given up by Dodgers pitching in the game. The first by Pedro Baez. And it'll bring up Franmil Reyes. Reyes struck out looking and walked. First baseman Cody Bellinger is not going to hold Spansburg on. We'll let Baez know. Kind of playing over by him and behind him. But not going to hold him on. Not 9-0. Franmil tonight has struck out looking and walked. Mitchell, the starter, went the first 6 innings, 6 shutout innings. On only 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 8. Chance for his 6th win of the year. Dodgers offense has helped him out a great deal too with 9 runs, and Mitchell has chipped in as well. He's got himself an RBI single. To short on the backhand goes Machado. He'll go to second for the out, the force out there that will end the top of the 7th inning. It's 9-0 LA, and it's time now for the Arco game break with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. For the Padres, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. More Phil Maton. And let's check in on Padres on deck. Cal Quantrill, the former first-round draft choice by the Padres. Last night with El Paso against Albuquerque, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, only 1 was earned, walked 1 and struck out 4 through 96 pitches. 2-0 with a 2.74 earned run average in 4 starts with AAA El Paso. So things going pretty well there for him so far.
That's a good sign, bouncing back after surgery, and I've got a feeling that this Cal Quantrill kid knows how to pitch. He's not a thrower, you know. Obviously, his dad pitched in the big leagues for a long time. Paul Quantrill, he was a Friar at one point, Red Sox. Played for a number of teams, but I think he's got a pretty good idea of how to pitch.
That's Monty Grandal leading it off here for the Dodgers in the 7th inning. He's been on 3 times in this game. A walk, single, another walk, and he has scored 2 runs. Padres shifting on him. On the right side of the infield, and a pitch very high. Next pitch will be the 25th for Phil Maton. Freddie Galvis has joined Spangenberg and Perella on the right side. Only Myers on the left side.
Well, it's a matchup between spin rate and the Tasmanian devil. As Belly waits on deck.
Ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Grandal. 3rd time he's walked in this game. 4th time he's been aboard. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealer.
Clayton top of the hill. Clayton 3 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 were earned. Fight till the end. Padres trail 9-0.
Leadoff walk for Grandal. Cody Bellinger coming up. 2-hit night for Bellinger. Single, a double. And he's driven in 2. Pinch hitter has come out on deck for the Dodgers. Max Muncy with a pinch hit for Pedro Baez. Foul back just below us. Thought that was coming towards my grill.
It was coming right towards you.
And quickly.
And I'm getting too old to get in front of those.
That was a little hot to handle. There's Max Muncy waiting on deck.
Yeah.
A little hot. A little hot. There's nowhere to go here, though. I'm kind of trapped. Inside.
Yeah,
I might have to throw you in front of me.
I'll be your bodyguard.
30th pitch for Phil Maton.
Boy, Phil missing up and away. Falling off to the side a little bit. Time to adjust. Time to adjust the scope a little bit. Whoa. Too much to the left.
Almost hit Bellinger. Had to jump out of the way.
Well, you know, for one thing, it is an adjustment, right? Rather than up and away, but this one is way off. That's a breaking ball that's yanked way down in it.
Popped up left side. Myers, the guy on the left side, will stagger but make the catch for out number 1 of the 7th inning. Grandal still at first, and it'll bring up Max Muncy. He's going to pinch hit for the pitcher, Pedro Baez.
Number 13, Muncy.
Max Muncy going with months on his back.
Leads the team in home runs with 28. 56 RBIs, 253 average. Rounds it foul outside of first, jumping on that first pitch.
Yeah, you know, he's got that compact swing with some pop in that bat. We know that for Muncy. I think he's got one thing in mind.
High drive, deep right field for Max Muncy. Way back into the pavilion. Two-run home run for Muncy, his 29th of the year. And the Dodgers take an 11-0 lead. Third home run of the game for LA.
And that's the one thing in mind. Phil Maton has been all over the map this year. This one, while in the strike zone. Crushed.
Top of the order, Brian Dozier. 2 doubles in the game, a walk, strikeout. Foul off to the left out of play. First runs charged to Maton in his inning in the third so far. After Richard charged with 7, Diaz charged with 2. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Dozier for the second time tonight. 4th strikeout for Maton since coming in. And there are 2 outs here in the 7th.
Well, we mentioned earlier that Maton has been all over the map this inning. You know, that's a hanger, outer half of the plate, but Dozier swings right underneath that one. Sometimes you get away with the hangers.
Here is Justin Turner. Fly to right in the first, single in the second inning. To drive in a run and then hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. His 10th home run of the year. Now 33 RBIs and that average up over 300, 301. Fly ball to center field. Margot drifting into left center now. And makes the catch. It ends the inning. A 2-run shot for Max Muncy. 11-0 LA. Mike and Mark, thanks very much. As it is 11-0 here, the Dodgers on top. So we head to the top half of the 8th inning. Yimi Garcia into the game here for the LA Dodgers, becomes their 3rd pitcher of the night.
And this season for Garcia's 21st game, a chance for him to get an inning or two of work with this big lead. Always working from the stretch.
Takes over for Pedro Baez, who went an inning, giving up no hits, no runs, walked a batter, and struck out 2. Max Muncy, who hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 7th inning, pinch hitting, takes over at 3rd base for Justin Turner. Look out. Watch your face up and into Manuel Margot.
That kind of had spin on it. Looks like a 4-seam fastball. Maybe it was a little cut fastball that just didn't get out in front. Yeah, that'll get your attention.
Margot, Perella, and Galvis scheduled to bat here in the 8th inning. Padres trailing 11-0 tonight in game 1 of this 3-game series. 2-2. High fastball, 94 from Garcia. Up the middle, and it'll find its way to center field. A base hit for Manuel Margot to begin things here in the 8th inning. Well, tomorrow the Padres win. Dodgers will play game 2 of the 3-game series. Clayton Kershaw will be on the mound, matched up against Brett Kennedy. Kennedy 0-2 so far in his major league career against Kershaw, who is on the DL a couple of times this year. 6-5 with a 2.40 earned run average. 115 strikeouts and 116 in the 3rd inning. Game 2 of the series. Clayton Kershaw always tough, but certainly tough on the Padres over the years. The middle game of the 3-game series. Here's Jose Perella with Margot at first. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. One pitch coming up here to Perella. Pops it up, foul ground. Bellinger over by the Padres dugout. Will not have a play. Out of his reach. So another chance here for Perella. Down 0-2. In the dirt outside, and Grandal sliding to his right.
Can you smell those Dodger dogs?
Not yet. But I know they're out there.
You're going to crush 2 of them tonight, aren't you?
Probably a pretty good chance. I'm going to try to do 1. 1-2 pitch. In the air to center field. Hernandez drifting back shy of the track. Will make the catch. Round number 1. Back to first goes Margot. On our press level here, they make Dodger dogs available post game. And Mark usually has 3 or 4 before heading back to the hotel.
And why not?
They are a foot long, so that means
and
4 feet worth of hot dogs.
Yeah.
You're gonna. Freddie Galvis 1 for 3. Freddie tripled in the 6th inning.
One Dodger dog. The dog alone.
Yes.
240 calories. Ooh, not bad.
Yeah.
22 grams of fat.
That's on the high side. How about the sodium situation? That's where it really gets.
8 grams of protein, which is good for you. Always got to load up on the protein. And the bun is another 170 calories, so a grand total of 410 calories, which isn't really
What about the sodium, though? Say anything about sodium? To right center field for Galvis, and that's going to get down. A gapper to right center field. Margot making his way around the bases, headed homeward, and the Padres will get a run. That'll be a double for Freddie Galvis, second hit of the night. Padres on the board.
Well, we talk about all the time about games like this, you cannot give away at bats. You got to make the most of it. And that's just a little spinner. It looks like a little cut fastball or slider that just backs up on Garcia. And going to the pull side is Freddie Galvis. And the Padres played their first run. Guy wearing a yellow belt drives in another guy wearing a yellow belt.
Myers will take ball 1. Well, tonight 0 for 3. Is flied out to center. Struck out swinging. Grounded back to the mound.
Okay, now how many milligrams of sodium a Dodger dog has?
What do you got?
860.
Is that a lot? Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So if you multiply that by 4, what do you got?
So if I have 4 Dodger dogs, I consume 3,440 milligrams of sodium.
You may be in a salt coma. What happened to Mark Grant? Well, he had 4 Dodger dogs after the game.
Turned into a pillar of salt.
1 and 2.
But they're good.
Oh, they're good. So I'm going to try to have 1. One-two to Myers. Outside, 2-2. Galvis tripled earlier, doubles this inning to drive in a run. Padres on the board here, trailing 11-1. Myers will lift it in the air, shallow right center. Dozier out, second baseman will make the catch on the short lawn in right center. Two down. Pitch hitter coming up here for the pitcher's spot. And it'll be Carlos Sasuaje. .199 average, 2 homers and 19 runs batted in for Carlos. He's called up when Christian Villanueva was placed on the DL with the fractured finger while the Padres were in Denver. Garcia has been charged with a run here so far in the 8th. Oh, a liner down the right field line, foul. Caught down there by the ball attendant.
Nice catch. Nice two-handed grab.
2-1 to Suaje. So far 20 pitches in the inning for Garcia. It's ball 3. 93 of the fastball, but off the mark. Garcia, the third pitcher used by LA in the game tonight. Hill for 6. Baez for 1. 2/3 by Garcia, who has been charged with the first run allowed by Dodgers pitching in the game. Line down the left field line, foul.
You know, since Carlos has been brought back up, we've got action in the Padre bullpen.
Robert Stock.
You know, it's I can only think of when guys get sent down to the minor leagues and they get that recall back up. I tell you what, man, you get a feeling like, wow. It's almost like when something's taken away from you, right? And then you appreciate it, how much it means. Boy, to get that call up, and you don't like to see your teammates get hurt. Like Christian going down with a broken finger.
And strikes out to end the inning. The Padres get on the board with a run. It's 11-1 Dodgers. Baseball brought to you by Sequan Casino, opening in 2019 is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. By Jack in the Box, try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls, only at Jack in the Box for limited time. And by Tough Shed, configure your dream building at toughshed.com. It's been a tough one at Dodger Stadium tonight for the Padres, trailing 11-1 to the Dodgers. Manny Machado leading it off against the new pitcher. Robert Stock into the game here. Fourth arm used tonight by San Diego. To short and Galvis. One down in the 8th.
Last time Robert was out there in Colorado on Tuesday against the Rockies, threw an inning in the 3rd. Already the 17th game for Kretsch. Now I'm looking at my notes here. Is there an explanation, Donnie? Donzilla?
Hold on. No.
I think it has to do something with the video games.
One down here in the 8th. Matt Kemp, the batter. Strike call. That inside corner to Kemp tonight. Kemp has singled to right, lined out to third, flied out to left, and struck out. So 1 for 4 tonight. Strike 3 call. That kept Newitt. Takes with him the first strikeout for Robert Stock. 2 down.
Kretsch with the heater. Outer half. I'll tell you, if he can do that 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, he's going to have some success at the big league level. He's been aggressive with his breaking ball.
Two down in the 8th inning. Chris Taylor, the batter. Now Robert Stott takes over for Phil Maton, who went 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs. Walked a batter and struck out 4. He allowed the 2-run home run to Max Muncy. Pinch hit, 2-run home run. Two 2-0 to Taylor, who has a home run of his own. Hit a solo shot back in the 3rd. Venditti up in the pen right now for the LA Dodgers. Pat Venditti.
P. Vitty. He's the ambidextrous guy.
Yes. Saw a pitch for the Oakland A's. First time I saw him work.
Yeah, he's a true right-hander, but he's got the glove to where he can switch to the other hand. It's
Pretty
like
cool. He's got to let the umpire know what he's going to do.
Correct. He has
before
to
the
declare.
batter. He's got to declare what he's going to be.
Right.
Lefty or righty. It's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Two down here in the 8th. 3-1 pitch. And that's outside. Ball 4 to Chris Taylor. A 2-out walk here for the Dodgers. First walk allowed by Stott. PK Hernandez coming up.
And you know, I saw something in the minor leagues with a kid who did that. It brought up a rule. In the event of a switch hitter, I think the pitcher has to declare first what he's throwing, then the hitter. And it can only happen one time.
And then the hitter gets to decide what he's going to do.
Correct. Correct.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Doesn't come up very often.
Right.
Like never.
Wow. You know, the Padres had a guy like that a long time ago, Greg Harris, in the early 80s.
But did he do it? I know he could do it, but did he actually do it?
You know,
I remember he was both left-handed and right-hander. I think he pitched for the Red Sox too.
I know who would know.
Reliever.
Bob Chandler. He watches every game. He'd be the guy to ask.
1-1. Strike call. 1-2.
Bullet Bob, if you're watching, and I know you are, you can text me.
You know, guys, I played with that Greg Harris in the Philly organization.
Nice.
And did he ever do it?
Yeah, he did.
He did do it.
And he was not good from the right side, so the Phillies said, you will only throw left-handed for us for the rest of your career with us. But I know that he could do it with both hands, and it was the first time I'd ever seen a glove that could fit both hands. Pretty cool.
That is strike 3. 1 around. Says Trip Gibson, first base umpire, and ends the 8th inning. To the 9th we go. 11-1 LA. game, and it's Rich Hill, the starting pitcher tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who dominated through 6 innings of shutout pitching. Started by retiring the first 12 Padres he faced.
Yeah, it was an offensive onslaught tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers, now leading 11-1. And the offense pretty well spread out, right? But it was Rich Hill who was dominant from the first pitch to his last. And he did just that. Tremendous pitching, flipping up the breaking ball, going up and out of the zone with the fastball, and also changing the arm angle for the Dodgers tonight.
Let's move to the 9th inning, and a new pitcher now for the Dodgers. Venditti into the game. That's what we talked about him last inning, warming up.
P. Vitti on the back of the jersey for Venditti tonight. Recalled prior to Tuesday's game for his 8th stint with the big league club. 8th? Wow.
Takes over for Yimi Garcia, who went an inning giving up 2 hits. And the only run the Padres have didn't walk anybody, struck out a batter. Padres offensively with 11 strikeouts in this game. And Renfroe, who has one of those strikeouts, leads it off in the 9th inning.
I'm wondering if he's going to turn it around against Corey Spangenberg this inning.
We'll see. I wasn't paying close enough attention, but was he warming up right-handed and left-handed?
Yes, he was.
Both?
Oh, no, I just saw right-handed. Did not see if he twirled from the left side. You see that glove? It's like one big, it's like, it's got webbing on both sides. That's for the left hand, and then if he put his other hand in it, it would look the same way. It's like one of those Rawlings trapeze gloves all the way around, not just where the webbing is, it's where his fingers are as well. It's an amphibious glove. Ambidextrous is what I meant.
You can put it in the water.
I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose.
Renfroe strikes out for the first out of the 9th inning. It's like Aquaman.
Have you ever heard that before? If somebody's both, in both hands, the guy's amphibious. You've never heard that?
No. 1 out in the 9th. Here's Austin Hedges, 0 for 3 in the game. Aquaman was actually my favorite superhero.
Really?
Yeah. In there for strike 1 to Hedges. Austin 0 for 3, struck out twice, grounded out to third. Spangenberg waiting on deck with 1 down in the 9th inning. There's Spangenberg waiting on deck. Yeah, first big league appearances for Venditti was with the Oakland A's. To third, and Max Muncy throws across. Retire Hedges, 2 down. So 2 down in the 9th inning.
He's going to do it. He's warming up. Look at left-handed.
Yep.
He threw 1 ball to the second baseman.
Brian Dozier.
Yeah.
Left-handed, and he is going to turn around and now face Spangenberg as a left-handed pitcher. After getting the first 2 outs as a right-hander. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
This is awesome. I've never witnessed this in a big league game.
This is the second time I've seen him. Saw him with Oakland in 2015. Down the left field line and foul. So he's got the first 2 strikes. 2 down, ninth inning, 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Spansberg to end the ball game. Joe Venditti doing a pretty good job here in a 1-2-3 ninth inning to finish off the Padres tonight. The Dodgers, great offensively, great pitching. They beat the Padres 11-1 in game 1 of this 3-game series from Dodger Stadium. It's time for Padres Live. What's in store, Mike Pomerantz?